one.
Hello everyone, we're about ready to start in a couple of seconds. If people make themselves comfortable, we'll be ready to hear Mr. Cyrus Wong talk about empowering educators with generative AI. Now before we can begin, if we can all just give a round of applause to Mr. Wong. Let you take it away.
Okay, thank you. Maybe I think originally I planned to this talk in Cantonese, but I see some resonance here, and maybe I just switch a little into English. I think it's okay. I just try to explain some a project from me I'm using all the time, and then my colleagues also using it. And it is about using the generative AI and Python to do some automatic grading. Yeah, as the a little bit about myself. Actually, I am a lecturer, senior lecturer in Ivy League. Actually, it's in Changwon Tuking Station next to it. It is a very big building and look amazing. This is so-called design institution, but actually, Ivy League really is there. And I went in course for the cloud and data center administration and 雲端系統及數據中心管理高級文憑。I'm teaching in cloud technology for many years, and I'm the guy so-called I'm the strongest cloud tech educator for sure. I am the first AWS hero of Hong Kong, Microsoft MVP in Azure, and then Google developer expert in GCP. If you want to learn something from me in Cantonese, just Google Cyrus Wong, and then you can get my YouTube channel. And then most of my video is training video talking about different kinds of cloud technology in Cantonese. And sometimes I will speak everywhere, but don't think that I'm just a volunteer or anything. I just come to here to want to share something. Don't say you are expert, you are Google expert, you are someone, and then you ask me to do anything. I will not follow this. Okay. And finally, I'm also a public speaker and veteran, go to overseas and everywhere to have some talk. In the past, or generally for the transitional scoring problem, as a teacher, I got 100 students at least, and sometimes 150 students in general for my courses. And normally the question is in 30% and answer 50%, and the problem is that when you try to score or grade your student in this style, you have to read one page, fit in your paper one by one, read all the content, and but this is only a little bit of answer. This process is very, very ineffective and painful. If you can immediately, you just keep fit the paper, and then remember the answer, and then try to grade it. Okay, that's a pain point. I don't like flipping. Okay, you need to always do this time, and then after you calculate the amount, you have to use a calculator to add them one by one. Sometimes it is in error and probabilistic mistakes, and also there says if you want to grade your student fairly, you have to grade a single question at the same time. 即係一條題目其實一次過改晒係公平好多，但係如果你片子係做唔到嘅，即係呢件事係做過老師或者做過呢樣嘢知。Let's continue. And not only about the process it's sourcing for educator. Actually, this is very long-term back pain, neck pain all the time. If you're a teacher, you will always have this kind of problem due to you need to scoring your assignment. And be honest, if you want to teach your students better, this is just wasting your time. This is something very, very meaningless. 改功課係冇用。呢啲時間係幫唔到你教好啲學生嘅，即係淨係燃燒生命。Okay, yeah, and this is all. I have a solution is in Python and using some machine learning technique and some generative AI solution to try to resolve this problem in a highly effective way. Now, the first design is that just restructure your paper, your question paper. You already have 10 times faster for you to just in the image it's quite easy understanding. From page to page, we structure it into question by question. Yeah, and then input the mark one by one. So now you go to the grading of your student assignment, you just have to scroll down, and then you can mark all of the students at once, very effectively for a single question by question. No more paper filling, and also now I don't have to input the mark one by one into my mark sheet and then use calculator to calculate it. This is a very long time ago so-called marking accelerator，我10年前嘅 project 就係大約一重寫咗。咁之前冇 AI。Now since there is some more interesting thing, this is a bit of machine learning library technique to make this output. Okay, the paper. I just highlight the section I want to extract. Okay, but this time is just something I just use the Python, very standard library, so-called the machine learning labeling library. Label the image, label a dog, label a cat, just highlight it. And then but for me, I just label the question. I use the library. First of all, I will convert all the PDF into JPEG and then highlight the region I am interested in, and then it will be checking out. Here is the very simple source code, but just references. So if you want to create a PDF, convert back to image one by one, you just need to have a few lines of Python code. Python is very powerful. And for the machine learning library, just capture it out, but this is, I use a library so-called bblox radius, and then I just sort the image, and then this is a source code, load the image, and it's saved in JSON. And something like event handling, you just, for this radius, you just need to implement your event handler, for example, on the skip button, on the save button, whatever they're doing. It's just, the logic is straightforward, just save the JSON input, for example, the position, the ID of the question. I will show you the data, you will very easily understand it. But this source code, you can go to GitHub to take a look later. Yeah, this is the output. Because straightforward, I just create this kind of output, so-called annotation.json. This is the page number, and then the question orientation, or the XY, and then the width and height, and then the question name. That's all. And then it will try to, in the next page, we will try to extract them vertical. Another Python notebook is so-called, is the magic here. This is scoring pre-processing Python. I have to do some gradation of the standard answer first, since I need to make sure the answer and question is matched. And then to identify the student, I need to OCR everything and then check a bit on student ID. And then the third one is about using the machine, using the AI, do the embedding and calculate the answer similarity. And also, at the back end, it is an interactive website. It is in Python, and I try to capture the answer from my input. And then finally, I need to do some pro-validation after I grade all the fill in all the mark of my student. Just take it one by one. For standard answer, I need to make sure that I have to input the standard answer into a spreadsheet Excel, and then I need to highlight one by one. I just to check is this any question I'm missing or something, since I have the standard answer. And then make sure I highlight the cross, maybe I have a typo or missing correction. So I just compare the number of questions is the same. And OCR is quite easy now. Be honest, I tried to do something very similar for many years, but for the recent years, since the rise of Python and hacking phrase, there's a lot of open source model. Quite surprised. For be honest, the easy OCR performance is quite good. I tried different cloud API, the performance is similar or not good as them. I'm quite surprised. And I just need to import this library, and then I highlighted the position of each answer of my student. They just OCR and extract their answer, and the location. It's just call the image and then call the OCR. Yeah, the second page is here. I just do some enhancement, copy down, and then call the easy OCR reader and extract their input. Okay. Let me give a bit background information about the feature of large language model or main function of large language model. as the large language model is you serve you two major functions, but people normally just think about ChatGPT, just try to answer you something. But actually, the very important part for large language model is able to help you to encoding, so-called encoding or embedding, to convert your input text into mapping it into into another domain. This is not about the language, not about the type. It just try to map it into a space that's about meaning, so-called semantic similarity. Okay. So I just for this project, this moment, I try to just do the similarity one, but normally people don't care about it. But easy understanding. You just what is embedding? You just quite straightforward. You input any text into an embedding model. This is actually one type of large language model output. This is so I just need an embedding. I don't need auto-complete. I don't need the answer. 我就要翻個 vector， 我唔係要答案。即係你 LLM 你可以叫佢答你嘅，或者叫佢俾啲 vector 你。if you map the language into the space, just down the dimension into 2D, you will find something very interesting. You will see the meaning is in similar. They're similar. They will group it together. So this project is that I embed the standard answer and then embed all my student answer and then calculate the similarity and then give them a mark. So it's become automatic process to grade my student very easily. Yeah. Here is the source code. This is free of charge. My project is everything for free this time. No cow. Okay? You just need to open your GitHub account, fork my repo, and then click on the create code space. You can run the notebook and then you can use it. Since this time I have the requirement that most of the teachers in the world, they don't use cow. Okay? And then they don't have cow account at all. So I just try to use a free model. But the performance is quite good. Be honest, since the just what I'm bragging, is good enough to just import a sentence transformer from hacking phrase, and then you just get the vector from them, and the source code is quite straightforward. Just insert the similar, the standard answer and the list of correct answer from student, and then calculate the similarity pair into a number, so that I can got a number and make it representation of the standard answer and student answer. How similar is this? And then sort it. Okay, here is the case. In some case, students may answer something in nothing. You scan the OCR, okay, the OCR something you may. Since if you test, have the test for students, they may not answer. It's an empty string. For empty string, we have some special handling you need to take care of. You can't input an empty string into large language model, it will throw exception. And finally, just remove the standard answer. You can use cow or not, just depends. For example, if you want to, this version is using Google Vertex AI, is quite simple. You just call the library in Google, in Amazon, in Microsoft. It's quite easy to re-implement those two functions. It's quite straightforward. But I tested it. Actually, the performance is similar to the open source one. Yeah, that's it. At the end, I just use the open source one. It's good enough for me for both my assignment. But I don't understand, since more of my assignment is in English, haven't tried Chinese or other input. Finally, I create a static website. Can't say everything static, it's just static output into the processor is using CSS or something. It is a template. I just show you some HTML output later. According to the similarity, it just generates something like in Python, you can generate the HTML output statically. I don't want to use dynamic websites. But if you are not using the cow, large language model, you don't have the you don't use the cow-based OCR. Okay, you will not have the confidence value. You don't have this. If you're using Amazon, Google, or Cow Vendor, you will get a confidence not just the answer, you also have a confidence value so that you can sort on top of the answer and also sort on top of the confidence. But I just use the open source free version. I just fix it in constant, just 0.1. And similarity sometimes is, I don't know, I just set it to 0. Okay. And finally is for the OCR one by one. This process may take you some time. You need to configure your code space. If you want to click on the button when the process is go away, don't touch the code space. You need to make it longer. Otherwise, it will automatically sleep. Since normally, if you are using the code space for half hour, it will sleep automatically. You don't have any interaction. But for this time, I just use this like a data processing. And normally, the design of code space is not for data processing, so it will sleep half hour. You just go to there to set it 4 hours. Normally, for a class of assignment, I take half hour maybe, normally half hour something. So 4 hours is good for you already to process most of the student assignment. And okay, and this is some so-called relation of the output. As you should trust that the OCR will not give you a perfect answer. Even though you are human, you look at my student writing, I also don't know what they are writing. 人都睇唔到啊，點叫 AI 睇啊？你記住呢件事情啦，成日都話 AI 無敵，我唔相信嘅，咪我都睇唔到。So normally you have to check the output if something really significant. For example, for this type of output, the most significant for the joy of the output is the primary key is the student ID. I need to double validate the student ID is matching from the OCR and the divided spreadsheet that's included OCR included in the system. I also check something about the cases. The name is problem. And the case of student absent in the class, since student may not submit their test paper, and I need to know which student is absent in the test or doesn't submit their assignment, just compare into the ID list. And the process is over the web server. Just a very straightforward, just a very simple, fast application. But a big trick is that you want to reduce the time of loading of this application. The image is static, it doesn't train at all. Since you can see the output, but the output actually the image is low, you can just load once and then cache it, it's okay. In the back end, I just do CAS to move the image and then mask it for the storing. So the image only loads once into your browser. And so I can cache it. And also, I want to save everything in JSON. In this system design, there is no database. Everything is JSON. Just keep saving in JSON. One more JSON, update JSON in the timestamp prepared so that I can roll back all of the steps just based on the file name. Yeah, I can roll back everything. And here's the output. And first of all, the logic is that I can sort based on the similarity. If this question is talking about a Java programming exercise, it's just the answer is integer, okay, int, and the student input int, and then I just use the OCR and then do the embedding. I can have the similarity sort accordingly, and then in the slider there is the minimum similarity. Get the full mark, I just score, and then I mark both the students. And second part is that if students write nothing, they will get a 0 automatically. So I can mark the full mark, I can mark the empty submit nothing student, and then in the middle I review it, but I still able to have the granularity just based on the similarity to grade them automatically. How similar is their answer? They got how many marks? Okay, and also minimum similarity and mainly I need to do the manual override. Okay, as the main error introduced into the system is about OCR. Okay, OCR will not have a perfect, especially for handwriting. I don't think any OCR solution will solve the handwriting input perfectly. ，yeah， 真係好醜樣你自己想講。咁 so this is the reason why I have the mark here. You can just anything you just for myself it's just like scroll down and then reveal the answer. Don't got the perfect mark or 0 mark and then just if something they should get the mark just override. Yeah, this is marking process much faster. Yeah, and here is the JavaScript. Yeah, quite straightforward. Yeah, you can take a look. I just calculate the minimum similarity. If higher than minimum similarity, go through mark. And then if it is lower than, just higher than similarity, but not the perfect one, it's just proportionally, just granularity, how much sub mark maybe 0.01 mark， 即係總分照除咯。咁就自己搞掂晒啦。Okay, about the data structure. You can take a look. I just keep saving JSON. There's 2 JSON. One is called the mark.json. Mark.json is the input of the mark. You can see some. It is marked by automatically. The override mark is empty. But some case, for example, double the OCR. You see the input. The student what they are writing. Yeah, it's impossible for OCR. Even human already feel difficulty. You don't see the opening. And but according to the similarity, he may not get marked. But after the human review, I can override the mark, so it will become 1. And then you see I have the control. The whole design of the system there's no database. It support you can reload. Since code space will always stop. Okay, it's big. Yeah, you just leave it and will stop. I don't want database. I just keep the JSON. And the setting will be reload when the web and the HTML load it, just reload the JavaScript from Ajax and then reload the control. Yeah. Okay, for the post scoring. First of all, sometimes you may forget to score a question, so you need to check it first. Although you will get it, but you kick the question, you may not, you may forget mark some of your student questions. So check, is it all questions here? And then double check the ID. Is this really from the student name list is matched the OCR result now? Override. Okay. At this stage you will reveal the student ID and override the problem. And finally, just remove the dummy file. You see the file here is the JSON. I just keep saving the JSON append of the timestamp. And before the final result, just clean up the history. Just keep the final version and zip it as a backup. Okay, here is the output. Yeah. Finally, I need to get something up. It's very small here. This is about the backup the grade. I will clean up the historical data and then zip it. A and B is just too small, don't know what's happening. And generate score report. You see the score report here. It's very, very detailed. Be honest, for a normal teacher, it's impossible for them to have this kind of detailed mark sheet. You got all the detailed mark per student per question. I can do the further analysis to know what kind of questions students have problem. But if you are trying to be a teacher, you know that the normal teacher only have the total mark. They don't have the intermediate results after their grade. But I got average. And the final result I got this one will send back to student. It will write down, it will create a PDF from image and then write the mark, the mark per question, and then become a PDF sent back to student. And finally, I have to keep some sample as a teacher. I need to keep all the script, and then some case called the best B, average, and the weak one. And then to prevent the very poor conditions is if many students got 0 mark, I need to set the base mark say 10 to keep the sample. That's the reason why. 即係太低分啲費事 keep 啦。So that I have a above the passing mark setting. Yeah, it's required 0 and everything is 0 mark is keep it, meaningless to keep the sample. And the backup result is quite straightforward. Just remove the mark and remove the temporary file in this prefix and keep the control.json and master.json and then zip it and then download it back, and then I can have the historical record. And then reload it easy. If I just copy it down, download it to my computer and then later I upload it back to my code space, I again reload the website. For the score report, yeah, how to generate is based on the annotation dotation in the first step. I know the position of the question, and then I just use the image image drawing, just draw the mark onto it, and then some sorting on the mark sheet. It's quite data processing source code, not very difficult, just data feed. Yeah, this is the output. Yeah, if you got 150 students and then 50 questions, you got 70,500. It is impossible for a teacher to have this kind of detailed report for their students. But I can get it all the time. Yeah, all my assignment have this very detailed report. And for the final step, I say they combine the PDF. It's quite straightforward. Just capture from the data frame, look the data frame, and then get the image back, and then use the OpenCV in Python to draw the mark onto the image one by one, and then finally just combine the image back to PDF. And yeah, I think I have the sample for us for backup, and just some mathematical operation to calculate the mean and media and the top group and the lowest mark group, and then combine the PDF together. I need to send back the marked script to all my students. Yeah, otherwise students will complain, what's my mark, why my mark is something like that. And just quite straightforward. If you may just use my system by replacing this method. Yeah. For VTC, it's quite straightforward. You just append the student ID with this suffix. For other school may have different domain or different logic, but you just implement this function, maybe load from spreadsheet to map or to a dictionary to find it, and then you can use this quite simple. And okay, yeah, it's Q&A time. How long time is I use? It's a good. No one. Very nice.
So we have.
Hello? Oh, we have a few minutes for questions. I see one right over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, thank you for this very interesting. You mentioned you hate flipping. How do you get the actual images into your OCR? Do you have a camera? Are you actually flipping manual strips? How are you scanning all this?
I have a scanner with the feeder. Yeah, I just after a test, I just put step of the test paper, the answer in the feeder, and then it scan, and then become a PDF. Yeah, and not from photo, not from camera, just a feeder. Yeah, convert to any PDF is working. I have an old solution. This is on top PDF. Don't try to manipulate on PDF. It's already changed the header. You will have a lot of patch you need to update. I have the old version. This is just don't use image to the person. I use a PDF to crop to extract something. But PDF API, don't use PDF API. Adobe a few years they will change the header, and then you need to debug. Yeah. So I give up PDF and do everything on image. Yeah.
We have time for one more question.
Yeah.
I see one in the back over here. Sorry about that.
So you talk about the assignment scoring, and I'm thinking of whether it is possible to detect the students copying each other's answers.
Yeah. Yes, I can do it. As now I got the very detailed mark report and the answer. I don't so here. In the past, I use clustering to group the student pattern, and then take a photo in the lecture filter, and then you are sitting here, and then your pattern is the same. So you get over. You got single mark. Yeah, use clustering. Since this is quite straightforward, you just put it into the site Yeah, the sidekick. Okay, you just put the sidekick custody here, custody, and then you will know which group of students together. Take a photo. Also take a photo during the test. Okay, it's time.
All right, can we give a big round of applause?
Thank you very much.
So we have a 10-minute break.